Hey, I'm Dracos.
I'm DJ Rex McKenna.
We're from FGFC820 from New York City.
And you are watching Resistance TV, you cheeky bastards.
Hi there, we're at Resistance 2012. I'm here with Rex and Dracos from FGFC820. Guys, this is your first UK gig. Do you prefer festival gigs or the more intimate sort of club venue?
Well, I think the festival gigs generally are better because people who travel some distance to go to a festival are obviously people who are really into the music and really appreciate it, and so they really sort of engage in the whole experience, and they party and they dance and they have a good time with it, and you don't get the normal. Whereas if you do like a one-off show, you're gonna always have some percentage of the audience that's like too cool to move, and it's like.
We've noticed with Resistance, there seems to be more of a kind of like party atmosphere, and like there's guys at some of the UK festivals, it's very much a fashion show, and here it's like guys in a band t-shirt and jeans, just here for the music, they're here for the sound, not for the look at me, I'm amazing.
Right, and I can't speak for Infest or Whitby or any of those other places because we've not played there, but I can tell you that that Phil and Leighton are probably, they're among the elite of the promoters that we've worked at festivals around the world, and that includes Treffin, that includes Kinetic, that includes Triton, that includes festivals in South America. These guys really know what they're doing, and the staff is excellent, and it's been a pleasure to be here.
So you're both DJs from New York, is that right? So how did your band actually form?
Well, Dracos can speak to that.
We were DJing, so we're both resident DJs for the same. It was a fetish industrial party for a long time in New York there, and he was doing I was like playing a bunch of bootleg remixes for my things. He liked what he was hearing. So we decided to combine and do a remix for Kiev. I think it was the first one.
Yeah.
And we just did it as Rex Arcana versus Dracos kind of thing. But then after that, kind of like working together, so we decided to make the band form after that.
I know you've said in previous interviews, don't ask because we're not saying what the name stands for. But do you want to give us a clue, like animal, mineral, vegetable?
No, I can. Well, here's what I will tell you. I will tell you that the general consensus amongst our fans is that the FGFC stands for God, for country, and then they're just trying to figure out what the A20 is representing.
You've got that tattooed on your arm.
I have the A20 here, and I actually have the FGFC820 here and on my whiskey. Important.
Was that on your rider? Is that always on your rider?
It is. My wife said, please don't take a bottle of whiskey on stage with you. And like so many other unfortunate times in my life, I failed to listen to her.
So you've made a bit of a dent in that. Is that just you?
Yeah, that's me. But anyway, so the point is that they think it stands for God, for country. And that's actually so much better than what it actually stands for. It really is. That we're like cool if that's what they want to believe. That's not what it actually means, but we're cool with it.
No, you're not going to shoot down those rumors.
No, we have a contest actually that if anyone ever guesses the name of the band or what the acronym fully stands for, we're going to go play their school dance.
Yeah. Well, actually, in the UK, FC would usually be football club.
Right.
The last EP, Defence Condition 2, got quite good critical acclaim. Do you feel it's been well received by your fans?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think the only thing that works against it and works against us at the present time is that we played so many shows that it took us like 3 years to get new material out, and that was never our intention. But I mean, once Law and Ordinance came out, we would just like hit the road, and we basically didn't stop. So we would write a little bit here, we'd write a little bit there, and then I would be traveling for business, and then I'd be home with the family, and he'd have too much to drink, and things would happen, and we weren't able to really work on it in a full-time type of capacity. There's certain artists in this scene that have the luxury of doing it, but that's
yeah, Thomas Rain was saying he works kind of 9 to 5 in the studio. He's quite prolific as an artist, but like think about your new material. You've got Homeland Security, which is the new release. When's it out, guys?
We just finished it. We just sent it to the label, but it's going to be mastered by Coyatrella, and so he's out on the road. As you know, he played last night, so he's out on the road. He's not going to be back in the studio working on things until the 16th. And once he's in the studio, he's going to go back on to working on stuff, and we have a high priority at that point. But I mean, I think realistically, we're looking at like late May at this point at the earliest. Which means, unfortunately, we won't have the record out by Kinetic, but we played a lot of those songs last year, and people danced to them without knowing them. So we anticipate, the same sort of response, hopefully.
So what other artists are you planning on checking out at Resistance, or were you here yesterday? Did you?
We were, yeah. So I mean, we came and watched all of the bands because I mean, there's really not a band playing Resistance that we don't like, which is why we opted to take Studio X's space this year, because I think originally the idea was we would come over in 2013 as a headliner, but the problem with the new album would be out, yada yada, but then Studio X canceled, and it was kind of like, right, so maybe we can bring these guys in. So, and they said, the good news is you can play this year, but the bad news is you have to go on early, and I just said it's more time to drink,
And you were well received, I think one of the things going on early is that, yeah, you could play a later billing on it, but it means that everyone goes into the show and they're fired up really early on. So they want to see you.
Right. And I love Icon of Coil, and I don't mean any disrespect, but the people who are going to come only to see Icon of Coil, I mean, I think there's a small percentage of those people who would become diehard FGFC820 fans anyway, because we're just so different,
So if you were to get out your MP3 player right now, what would be the next few tracks that might appear on Shuffle? What are you listening to?
Well, I'm very much still a child of the 80s, and so I'll still listen to, I mean, literally I could have like ABC come on, and then after that, Cabaret Voltaire, and then after that, the Stone Roses, and then after that, like Ministry, and then Skinny Puppy. So, it could really be anything. And I'm really into even like bad commercial 80s bands, even like, Climby Fisher, right? So that can come on and I can really appreciate it.
I've got a soft spot for Alphaville, so I can relate to that,